book that changed my life. One of my favorite quotes is feel the fear and do it anyway. I actually didn't finish this book. 5 a.m. Club, I feel like this is like a staple. And like what you think is your reality. I want to read that again. I want to read that again. I want to read that again. I remember liking this but not loving it. They're not therapy skills. Like we should have been taught this. I am going to tell you every single self-development book that I have ever read, a little bit about them, some things that I loved, and like my absolute top favorites. So let's get started. Oh my god, I nearly dropped the whole thing. I feel like I need to put this down and then like pick them up one by one, so let's do that. Alright, so the first two that I'm going to talk to you about is one that are on my TBR. Like I have them in the house but I haven't read them yet, but they are on my list to read next. So the first one that I have is She's on the Money by Victoria Devine, and this was actually a gift, and I feel like if you're in the self-development business finance world, you would have definitely heard of this book. Basically, Victoria has her own podcast and now has come out with a book. It's all about money, so it's obviously, if you gather by the title, but she gives you like her tips on how to be like smarter, more secure and independent with your money, and like actual clear steps on how to budget, clear debts, build savings, etc, etc. So I'm actually really excited to read this because one of my goals for this year is to really build on my money mindset, and this looks very like comprehensive. Like it's giving graphs and all sorts, so I feel like I'll really enjoy this, like just knowing like actionable steps to take. Then my second one that is yet to be read is the 5 a.m. Club. I feel like this is like a staple in every self-development girlie's book world. So this is all about owning your morning routine, elevating your life, and it basically takes you through Robin Sharma. The author is Robin Sharma, and it takes you through like his 5 a.m. Club concept. He basically had clients and maximized their productivity and activated their health, and I'm pretty sure just from like hearing things, it's about like movement, getting movement in, visualizing, but it really like explains it. It'll be interesting to read. One of my favorite books that I'm going to show you soon is about that sort of like morning routine situation, so I feel like I will really enjoy this because I love a good morning routine. Now let's get into the ones I have read or am reading. This is a book that I am currently reading at the moment. We are currently on page 114, and this is You Are a Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero, and this is more about more money mindset than I would say the She's on the Money one is more like practical steps to invest, to save, all of that, whereas this one is, of what I've read so far, is more about your mindset around money and how your thoughts are actually the thing that are keeping you from having your financial dreams, whatever that may be for you. So it's really about tapping into your natural ability to grow rich and like what you think is your reality, which if you are in the self-development world, you will know that in terms of like limiting belief and that your thoughts are your reality. So this is very much like it's breaking down your limiting beliefs around money and how you can change that and put a different perspective in your mind. And so far I'm really loving this read. I think she's very smart. It's a very good book and I've been enjoying reading it, so I can't wait to finish it. My next one is Girl Stop Apologizing by Rachel Hollis. This one was a very good read as well. This one has all like different behaviors and excuses that we might have to like from stopping ourselves to achieving it and going after our dreams. Basically it's a like get out of your own way type of book. So I really did enjoy this. A lot of these books that I'm sharing with you guys, I've read like years and years ago, so they're not like 100% top of mind. And honestly, as I was like looking at all these books, I just kept thinking, oh, I want to read that again, I want to read that again, I want to read that again. So I'll definitely be putting these back on my list to read. Next one is Blowing My Way to the Top by Jen Atkin, who is a really famous hairstylist, and she has her own brand now. And basically this was her book of how she got to where she is, but also like the mindset and how she got there, what it says, how to break the rules, find your purpose and create a life and career that you deserve. And it's just like all of her little tips and just her personal thoughts about life, the lessons she learned and things that she's done, and now she's sharing it with us. So I thought this was a really cool book, and I really loved that because I love like pop culture, and I know she did the Kardashians. That I just think she's a boss. My next one, I love this book. This is called The Why, and this is by Isabel Cornish. Spanish, and this one is all about like habits, like healthy habits to change your life. This one I found super interesting, and I've actually have read this one twice over because I remember the first time when I read it I really loved it. And she does give you like little prompts, little journal prompts, little like activities and things to try and do. It's got so much in it. There's drawings and diagrams and explanations, and that's what I love about this book too, is like it actually gives you like facts and stuff on it too, and just like a more holistic way of living. But I just love like the little like exercises and things that she gets you to do. This is tuning into the wisdom of your mind, body and soul, so she gives you tips on food as well. It was a really beautiful book. Next we've all heard this one, Atomic Habits, and I did like this book, but it was a little bit hard to get into, just like with the amount of like, it was a lot of information, I would say, but not to say that it wasn't good information. And it's something that I read this one a few years ago. Yeah, I would say, yeah, probably a few years ago, and I wasn't at the stage that I'm at now with self-development. So at the time this was a lot to take in, and I didn't quite understand all of this yet. I feel like I do want to give this one another go, because I know that your habits are also what make your reality, obviously. So I would love to like read this back and learn about his habit stacking process again. But yeah, it's all about creating habits that make you have your dream life and change your life, and it all starts with like those little small decisions. The next one is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. This one's basically about like when challenges and things come up, to like sit in it and be able to accept and sit in, you know, those hard feelings, challenges, disappointments, looking at your values and what it means to be happy. So we need to like figuring out which one actually matters. I remember liking this but not loving it. My next one is Think Like a Monk by Jay Shetty, and I remember liking this for like the learning more about like the meditation and just the stillness of life, and just like how interesting it was when he became a monk, just like all the lessons that he learned during that, like in terms of like comparison, in terms of keeping your mind still, kindness, finding your purpose. It was very, very interesting. This one, it took me a little bit longer to read because there was a lot of words that I had to like learn the words and stuff, but so it just took me a little bit longer to get into. But I think like the message behind the book is very interesting. Another one that I got is Why Has Nobody Told Me This Before? This one was very interesting. So basically there's tools in this book that are mostly taught in therapy, but the point of the book is like they're not therapy skills. Like we should have been taught this just in everyday life, you know, like ways to get through difficult times, difficult life situations, like how we should be able to manage them, you know, like things like your mood, practicing gratitude, motivation, procrastination, relationship, grief, self-doubt, fear, stress. For me, I want to go back and read the fear portion of this book. I have shared with you guys that I'm on a little bit of a journey with like doing things alone and like my little solo series that I started, and I feel like I really want to learn more about fear and how to cope with fear and how to kind of push over that. And just like one of my favorite quotes is feel the fear and do it anyway. I want to read back at this book now with the knowledge that I do have to understand it again. So yeah, these are one of the books that I want to go back and read. We're nearly at the end. We've got two more. This one is called 8 Rules of Love by Jay Shetty, and I actually didn't finish this book. I don't know, I just couldn't get behind it. I just don't like, I think it's maybe how it's written out. I'm not 100% sure why. I did get quite a bit through it, and I did like the overall concepts of it and how love is just like the center of everything and why we do everything. And that was very interesting to read, but I just couldn't get behind it. That is just my personal experience. The next one, okay, I just like literally just started reading that again, and this is definitely one that I want to read again because I read this years and years and years ago, and I definitely don't think I appreciated the knowledge that was in it at the time. But this one is called Make You Happen, and it's Manifest Your Best Life by Jordana Levin. She had another book called Make It Happen, but this one's called Make You Happen. I think I would eat this up now. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just like reading this again. These are Amazing point. This one is all about manifesting. It's about connecting with yourself, finding your true desires, how to create and cultivate like a high vibe life, and how to manifest your best self, basically. So I had just flicked through those pages again and will 100% be reading this again, because there's points in here and little activities in here that I now would love. So I will definitely be going again with this one. And my lucky last book is the book that changed my life. Very grateful for this book. This book is called The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod, and I read this. I have vlogs when I started reading this, and that's when I started meditating, journaling, visualizing, movement's taken me a bit longer, but I'm now on the train. But this, I want to know what year it was, from 2019 to 2021, somewhere in there, I discovered this book, and it was one of the first books that I decided to read in the self-development space. This book is all about owning your mornings, getting up early, why you do it, why it's good for you. It was, yeah, I used to wake up like, not saying this is wrong, it just was the wrong path for me. If I started work at 9, I would be waking up at 8, and I'd have to be out of the door by 8:15 to get to my work at the time, on time. I would wake up at 8 and give myself like 10 minutes to have some food, which was never good food, and then leave. And that's how I would start my morning. And if that's you, maybe it's time to have a little look at your routine. But for me, that's how I was living until the moment I picked up this book. And that's when I started, as I said, doing all of the things. Yeah, this book I will recommend to everyone until the end. It's basically about the 6 habits that are transforming the lives of thousands of people around the world, showing them how to wake up each day with more energy, more motivation, and more focus. This next chapter of your life will be the most extraordinary life you've ever imagined. And that is 100% real, and I am a testament of how this actually can change your life, because ever since I've read this book, I obviously dove more into self-development. I quit a job, moved on to a new job that I felt more fulfilled in. I started being way more self-aware, getting clear on my goals, and yeah, I just remember loving it. This is my favorite one, and I haven't read this since the first moment that I read it, and I would love to read it again just to see what sparked me so much. But if you're looking for a place to start and you feel like mornings are where you are most productive, where you maybe want it to be most productive, like you have a feeling in you that mornings are where it's at, then I really recommend starting with this book. That is it. They are all the self-development books that I have ever read, and if you guys have any more recommendations at all about self-development books that you think I should read or that you love, that are your favorites, please let me know down in the comments below, because I would love to read them, of course. And I think it'll be cool just to get everyone talking about their favorite self-development books. So please pop that down in the comments. But this is the end of this video. It's a little bit different, but I just wanted to do a quick sit down about some of these books, and I hope you guys enjoyed it and found a book that you may be interested in. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next